I'm going to be doing advice for incoming freshmen. I didn't think it would be that much of a change going from 8th grade to freshman year, but it actually was. You're going into this new place where a bunch of people are older than you, and you're actually expected to be a little bit more mature. So starting off, stop posting send-its. I feel like the summer, 8th grade summer, is acceptable. Once you get in there, please stop. Next, I would definitely say try things, try sports, try clubs. I unfortunately made the mistake of being too scared to try out for sports, and now I'm stuck. I can literally only do track because my mindset is everyone else has been doing this since they were a baby. But if you get in freshman year, you have some leeway because you're not expected to have played the sport before. So, please. Next, if you're gonna smoke and drink, please don't post it everywhere. And don't let everybody know that you do it. It's only a select group of people that are gonna think that's impressive. The rest of us are judging you. And you might not care about being judged, but the things that people will say about you behind your back is appalling. Next is don't get involved with boys. Like, seriously, because they don't have the maturity level. They will talk about you. It doesn't have to be true what they say. And now their friends are looking at you different. It's just bad. And definitely do not do anything with them. I'm talking, don't even give them a little peck. Because once that rumor goes around, all of a sudden it's, oh, they effed in the bathroom, or she gave him this in the stairwell. Don't do it. Next, I'm definitely gonna have to say, do not let people have power over you. If that's your friend, if that's some boys that you think are cute, don't let it. They're gonna try their hardest to embarrass you, and you just have to laugh. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones who are so sad they have to try to embarrass you. Have as many friends as you want, but keep the real ones the closest, you know? Like, if you have those mean girlfriends, you know, say hi and be nice, but don't have them be your best friend. Because everyone around you is looking at you like you're her and you're that group. And don't ever send photos to a boy. Oh my God, please don't. If you think he's not showing it to anybody else, you're in dreamland. They don't have the gray matter in their brain to realize that that is horrible. And you don't realize that it's horrible too. I can't tell you how many times somebody's turned around their phone and it's just a nude picture of a girl that I know with her face in it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Part 2 if you want it. Part 2 to advice for incoming high school freshmen. So starting off, I need you to try. Everyone thinks like, oh, it's freshman year, it's gonna be easy. No, these teachers are trying to see what you know. In my class, we had leeway because of COVID. I don't know if class of 27 is gonna have all that. So this actually might be a harder year for you guys. So you need to try. Especially if you're in a state that has state testing. This matters because if you don't pass these tests, you don't get credit for the classes you took. And then you have to redo them again with freshmen when you're a sophomore. Or you have to do summer school and nobody wants to do that. And that's just embarrassing. So yes, try in freshman year. Make sure to get your GPA as high as possible. Next is don't be disrespectful to your teachers. These are the people that could be able to write your recommendation letters in the future, help you get jobs, internships, and they're people. Like, there's no reason to be throwing chairs at your teacher. And there's always going to be those kids who think they're the class clowns. Just don't laugh at it. Like, don't egg it on. Next thing is the people you know, the people you hang out with, and the people you talk to matter. Like I said in the last video, you have to be nice to everyone, but you don't have to be in love with everyone. Your next 4 years are going to go so much more smooth and easier when you have people who like you because you're a likable person, and you always have resources and connections. This one applies to guys mostly. Go ahead and stop posting about how you have motion. Stop posting girlfriend applications. And stop posting weird TikToks like Fortnite, Among Us. I mean, you do you, honestly. That's not that big of a deal. It's just a suggestion. Next is Don't try and be Miss Popular, Mr. Popular, especially because everyone around you knows you're trying. Just be yourself, because I promise you, being yourself is much better than trying your hardest to be someone you're not. Everyone can see it. Everyone will talk about it. Another piece of advice, everyone's gonna gossip. Everyone's gonna start drama. A lot of people are gonna be rude, but that's just life. Because in high school, we all don't know what we are. We don't know what we want to do. We don't know where we want to go. And yeah, as long as you find your group and settle down, you're gonna love high school. Freshman year is like not super hard academically, but it's not easy. So have fun with it. Go to class. Don't skip your classes. If you can, take as many honors, enriched, and AP classes that you can.
If you're going to be a freshman, or even if you're going into middle school and you're scared of finding all your classes on the first day of school, this video is for you, so listen up. I was a freshman last year, so these are super recent tips. Tip number 1 is definitely the most important. So on the first day of school, you're obviously going to want to bring your schedule. A lot of other freshmen are going to have their whole schedule, like the big paper that they give you on schedule pickup day. You know what I'm talking about. Don't bring that one. Instead, bring a little piece of paper. On that paper, here's what you want to write. You want to number your hours, so like hour 1, obviously put a 1. Next to the number, you want to write the name of the class you're going to, obviously. I would shorten the name as much as possible. So for example, last year I took Advanced Studies Geometry, which is like a really long title. So I just wrote math. Next thing you want to write is the last name of the teacher. Third thing you want to write is the number of the room. The reason you want to have both is because when you ask other teachers in the hallway where to find your class, which trust me, you will ask them because you won't know where to go, which is totally normal. A lot of these teachers, they don't know the actual room numbers of classrooms. Instead, they just know where a certain teacher's room is. Or it might be vice versa, where they know the room number, but they don't know the teacher because maybe the teacher's new. So you just want to have both on there to be safe. Another thing you can do is put all of that information onto a doc and then make it your lock screen on your phone. That's what a lot of people did, especially like the upperclassmen, and it's so helpful. I didn't do that last year, but I think I might do it this year. The next tip on how to not get lost is instead of like leaving your class and then going and asking another teacher where to go when you're in the hallway, if your teacher isn't busy, ask the teacher that you're currently with if they can give you directions before you leave the classroom, so then you're not wandering around in the hallway looking for a teacher's help. You have to trust me when I say that every single teacher in the hallway, not only do they know that you don't know where you're going and they're here to help you, but everybody else wants their help, okay? So there will literally be like clusters of other freshmen standing around one teacher, and you're not gonna get anywhere if you're just waiting in line for this one teacher's advice. So either ask the teacher that you have the hour before, or ask a teacher that's not occupied. It sounds obvious when I say it, but like, trust me, when you're in the moment, you're gonna wanna like ask the teacher that everybody else is asking, but it's not gonna help you. Not sure how many more I have time for, but the next tip is if your school allows you to have a scheduled pickup day, take advantage of that and figure out the layout of the school. Your first thought is probably going to be like, oh, I should figure out where each of my classes are and just walk my schedule, which you should, but you should also figure out the layout of the whole school and how the hallways work in general. On my scheduled pickup day with my best friend and her older sister, who was going to be a junior, she drove us there and she walked us both through our whole schedule, which was helpful, but I felt like I was just following her around to all of the classes, and I didn't actually know like where I was going on the first day of school because I didn't understand the layout of the school. All the hallways looked the exact same. Anyways, that's all my tips, but if you guys have any more questions, let me know. Also, I'm going to be doing a back to school haul, so stay tuned for that.
Girl, let's talk about some things you need to know before starting high school. Because I had nobody to tell me what I needed to do and look out for before I went into high school, so I'm here to tell you, girl. Starting off is everybody is not your friend. It's so hard when you're just getting into high school to like kind of deny a bad friendship, because a lot of the time starting out school, you don't have no friends. This is where you're supposed to make your high school friends that you stick with and stay with, you know? But you have to realize before you do that not everybody is going to stick and stay with you throughout high school. Choose your friends wisely, because a lot of the time in high school, the people that you see that are friends now are not going to be friends next year or the year after that or the year after that. My next piece of advice for you, girl, is to stay away from the popularity contest and the popular girls and all that stuff. Stay so far away from it, because all it does is just consume you. Now you're worried about what people think about you, your popularity status, and you're not focusing on your future, your goals, your aspirations, and all the things you should be worrying about, especially freshman year. Like, freshman year, school is hard. Like, it's hard to adjust into, you know, being into a whole new environment with people that are different ages than you. It's truthfully a lot. So just make sure you're aware beforehand, girl. I'll see y'all. It's gonna be parties, it's gonna be drugs, it's gonna be drinking, it's gonna be smoking, it's gonna be everything under the sun you can think of. Don't ruin your youngness too early over any of those things, because I'm telling y'all, it'll be time when you can do those things soon. Like, don't ruin your whole experience. Don't ruin your freshman year and your grades and your GPA all over all that stuff. It's not even worth it to get into that stuff. And if anybody tries to convince you to get into any of that stuff, knowing that you ain't trying to get into that stuff, leave them. Get them out your life, because nobody that's supposed to be in your life would be trying to convince you to do something you wouldn't want to do. My last piece of advice would be to stay so far away from those senior boys and those junior boys that be trying to talk to you and all that stuff. I know when you're younger and when you're first just like entering this area in life, like, it's hard to just be like, no, like, I'm not for that, I'm not doing that. It's hard, but I'm here to tell y'all, stand up for yourself. Like, these boys will take advantage of you like you're not nothing. You're not nothing. They will literally prey on you and literally try to get you to do things that you don't want to do. Stand up for yourself. Do not let that slide. Do not let nobody convince you to do no stuff that you don't want to do, girl. Coming from your big sister, don't do it. Stay far away. I hope this helps you, girl, and let me know if y'all want a part 2. Love y'all.